Okay, so we touched a little bit on hardware before. You kind of mentioned that, the kind of biggest that you anticipate coming in the next 5 to 10 will be hardware and tech kind of evolution. So there's a lot going on this year. Obviously, Apple Vision Pro launching is a significant moment, I think, for mixed reality, not necessarily just AR. And it will, potentially Apple have got history for doing this. They're very good at changing people's behavior, how we shop, how we buy, how we compute, everything like that. So, not just sort of hinged to that, but just in general, as the landscape of AR hardware, and let's say probably iterations of the Apple Vision Pro, continues to evolve, what innovations in AR hardware are you most excited about? Can you share anything that you're doing at X Labs and at Outfront? Is there anything that you see that's particularly promising? Or actually, anything that you can see that might be potentially negative in terms of the kind of future application for AR hardware?
Yeah, I mean, I go back to the kind of virtual out of home note that I hit on in the previous question. Like what I think is will become that like AR layer to out of home. I think that that's particularly interesting, but I think that the barrier there is, are the wearable, is it some funky piece of glass, like glass? I'm not gonna wear it like a headset around like everywhere I go, right? So like whether it's a light, like ergonomical one or not, like it's just not realistic. So um I still think I'm going to be bound to experiencing these things on the move for some time through my phone, right? So I think that while the processors on the phone and the experiences are like a higher fidelity at a lower file size, like all of the kind of convergence of the tech, the hardware, and then our ability to make these things quicker and more like costly, I think, or more cost efficient. I think that in of itself is going to continue to build behavior and excitement for the medium. I think that we for 15 years have like talked about how great it is, but it's just now I think coming into a more mainstream kind of it's becoming more mainstream, readily available to the mainstream audience, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I think that's really where my head's at. What the hardware providers are doing and how quickly we're going to adopt it as a mainstream audience, I'm not so much worried about that right now, or really focused on that. That's not the business we're in. But how can I enhance an out-of-home campaign? How can I provide more value to our advertising partners through relationships with Darabase and some of our other vendors to say, hey, you've got this really great campaign. I know that some of the KPIs are like lower funnel KPIs. How can we use AR to help you accomplish those, still using the out of home as that mass awareness vehicle and mass scale vehicle to then drive that lower funnel activity? That's where my focus really is right now, is helping make the path of production for those kind of AR extensions, the out of home campaigns, much easier and turnkey for our partners.
Yeah. Okay.